I took my TV off the wall and canceled all my streaming subscriptions, part 2. I realized as well that I didn't really get into the meat business-wise of why I wanted to take the TV off the wall. And this was in part 1, so this is obviously part 2. But there was entrepreneurial reasons for me to take the TV off the wall. That was part of the inspiration. And the other part of the inspiration was I read something that said, if you're watching TV at night, just go to bed, you're tired. And I thought, oh my gosh, that is so true. I'm just freaking tired. I'm just aimlessly or mindlessly flipping through streaming services looking for another piece of bad content to watch. And then I would find something and fall asleep watching it. Game of Thrones, as I said, for the 3rd time, or Chopped, or whatever other cooking competition shows I liked. Anyway, let's get into it. Listen in.
You know when someone is selling from stage and at the end the audience gets up and rushes to the back of the room to buy? That's a table rush. My name is Mischa Z, and the Table Rush Talk Show is all about bringing you the tools, strategies, and tactics that you can use to grow your audience and inspire them to buy.
Yeah, so if you are mindlessly watching streaming shows or flipping through channels, maybe you still have cable. Like a lot of people still have cable. I think there's a turn back to cable too. People are like, oh my God, there's so much crap on all these streaming services and I'm paying for all these different streaming services. I might as well just have cable. And I think a lot of people have cable and have streaming services. Like, that is crazy. I think about it. Being in my 50s, my biggest expenses are some of my biggest expenses are my cell phone and subscription content. It's crazy. And I do have a habit of wanting to mind my budget. So part of this whole thing is like, I'm tired of wasting money on bad streaming content, subscriptions, like Audible. I'm subscribed to Audible, and I don't maximize the subscription, right? It's like, just buy something I want to listen to now and then. Or same with the Kindle. It's like these subscriptions. I'm like, yeah, it would better serve me to just buy a book now and then when I want to read it. And part of this is that interest rates have gone up a bunch. So it's like, oh my gosh, that money that I'm spending on that irrelevant stuff could totally be earning me a 5 or 6% rate of return at a minimum in supposed risk-free government 6-month T-bills or the like. So when interest rates were 0 and money was free, it was like, yeah, the cost benefit of keeping that extra $20 wasn't so strong. But all of a sudden, it is super strong. And I don't invest in the stock market. It's too damn risky and takes over my life. So I try to weed out the things that take over my life. Like, I don't like to look at the stock market every day. And when I'm invested in the stock market, that's what I do. And it takes over my mental space. So I've actually been out of the stock market for a few years by now. I've missed whatever rates of return gains. But I gotta tell you, I'm more mentally free than ever. I do pay attention, though, to interest rates and what are the interest-bearing vehicles relatively low risk that you can take advantage of. And that is honestly probably the real start of this. Like, what am I spending my free cash flow on? Anyhow, I will say in defense of some subscriptions, because I do have a membership that people pay me monthly for, and sometimes, we are in memberships and we don't take advantage every day, right? Like literal advantage. Like you're in the membership, doing the thing. But I can tell you, I do pay for a high-end membership, and I do little strike attacks, which are awesome. So I go into it when needed. But then also the comfort of being in that membership is very powerful. The underlying community is very powerful. I know that I can go to that community when I need to. I know that when I'm ready to take advantage of what that community has to offer, I can jump in. And so I get literal benefits that I can take action on, but I also get, maybe you'd call it subconscious benefits of like, oh yeah, I'm with my people, I'm with my homies, I'm with my tribe, and that feels good, knowing that in the background and knowing that I'm part of a community that we're all headed in the same direction, common goals, stuff like that. And I know that I can engage more or less depending on the season that I'm in, if that makes sense. Yeah. And anyway, Russell Brunson, who I've mentioned before, Russell Brunson, in a bunch of his trainings, he's like, don't watch the streaming shows, work on your business. He's like, stop watching bad streaming and work on your business. That's a great time to work in your business when you find yourself in the habit of watching bad TV, bad streaming. And so I've been thinking about that a lot. I was like, yeah, you know what? I've kind of developed perhaps a bad habit, and really the thought is like, hey, there is time for rest and rejuvenation and detaching from the business and from work and from things like that, which I'm all about. And TV can be a great place to do that. Books can be a great place to do that. So I'm not saying, this is what I'm saying, it's not, the streaming is no good for me. You stream away to your heart's content. If that's the way you decouple and rest and relax, do it. I was like, I'm thinking better ways to relax, better ways to detach. Heck, just meditate, even go for a walk, even. Oh my gosh, I have so much to talk about, and I'm just rambling on. Thank you for listening. I'm just going to stop this episode here and get to my fears around taking the TV off the wall. Yep, next episode, that's what I'm going to be talking about. Have a good day and stream away.
Thank you for listening to this episode of the Table Rush Talk Show. For resources to help you sell your stuff, go to belove.media/resources. That's belove.media/resources. And be sure to subscribe, comment, 5-star, and share. Thank you again for listening.